By far, and it's not close, the aspect of Call of Duty right now that desperately needs the most attention is Warzone. There's a very narrow band of things I am hoping to see in this roadmap. Let's see if we get them. And also remember, they said they're going to push back a lot of new content while they fix. So let's see what we get. We are live. Boys and girls, welcome to Dropshot Call of Duty Podcast, episode number 491. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, I am joined by Tanner. Yeah. Doing a stretch, getting those knees on display.
Doing a big stretch, yeah.
Big stretch, yeah.
I always do.
Yep, that's what he always does. And welcome to the show. Today we do have a couple things to talk about. Actually, we have one thing to talk about, but it's a lot. It's, of course, the blog post for the Season 2 update. So we got a roadmap, and then we got a detailed kind of blog post on what we can expect. It's pretty much all we're talking about today. There is a lot of info in there, I am being told. I have not read it yet. I've seen a couple very small things, but as usual, as most of the time, I like to experience these things for the first time with you guys. I have seen a couple things though, but yeah, we'll get into that. Also, we will have some announcements. Stick around to the end of the show if you're into that sort of thing, or check the timestamps and hit the like button if you're on YouTube, and give us a review if you're on like Spotify or something. Now, before we get into the roadmap, I just want to take a quick little peek at patch notes.
Oh boy.
Okay, so for multiplayer... Okay, I'm sorry. Multiplayer patch notes were last updated 14 days ago. In defense of Activision, multiplayer is in a pretty good spot. So, you're going to let it chill for 2 weeks? Fine. That's fine. I don't know how much it needs in terms of updates right now anyway, whatever. But Warzone does need desperately some updating, so we'll check the patch notes for that, and then we'll get into the roadmap. Psych. Last updated 20 days ago.
It's 10,
okay.
Man. There's an update on the 13th.
Oh. Why does... So, you're right.
Does it show the newest one for you?
It does, but if you go like to the patch notes link, it says last updated 20 days ago, even though it was updated 10 days ago. Yeah. Got it.
Where does it even say last updated? I didn't even see that.
Click at the top on the patch notes button.
Oh, okay.
And then scroll to the right, and you'll see on the top right a little bit, it says last updated 20 days ago.
Yeah,
even though it was in fact 10 days ago.
The patch notes don't even work.
Well, the Monday patch was just a couple bug fixes. Yeah. So anyway, all of that is to say there are no patch notes to go over. Nothing has changed. Nothing's happened. And when Ravens, and exactly, by the way, exactly what I said was going to happen, almost certainly has happened. December 23rd, Raven, shortly after the holidays, we're going to ship these changes. In case you guys forgot or thought I wasn't going to bring this up, I am. Then they didn't. And then the next week they didn't. And then this week, they probably could have. But they were like, you know what? Season 2 is next week anyway. Fuck it. Let's just bundle it in with Season 2. And then we won't actually get many of those changes shipped until the launch of Season 2. Exactly what I said was going to happen. Here we are. Wow. Insane. Not at all surprising, though. That it was so easy to predict because we've been down this road before.
Yep.
So with that said, let's dive deeply into the guts of this roadmap.
getting
or
in those
blog
guts.
post. Let's get inside of those guts. So this was posted yesterday. They released a little cinematic trailer as well.
I
did watch that.
Oh.
Shit was buns. I mean, it was fine. I don't know. It looked very cool, but like, whatever. Anyway, not too much to say about it, really. But there is a lot to say here, probably. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 and Warzone Season 2. All the new content you need to know about. Now, by the way, I'm going into this, and I'm wondering, because in their community update that we had gone over, this is a separate thing, they had said, like, by the way, for Season 2, we are going to deprioritize new content so that we can focus on, like, fixing fundamental issues or foundational issues, I think was the word they used, something like that. So if that's actually true, then a lot of this new content we're about to talk about should be coming mid-Season 2, not on the launch of Season 2. If a lot of it is coming on the launch of Season 2, then they just lied to us in the community update. I don't know what they're going to end up saying here. I haven't read this yet.
Well, pause. Don't
out.
forget, that was for Warzone specifically. Raven tweeted that. So multiplayer,
Right.
They never said they were going to delay content, which is
That's
what
true.
we're going to cover first.
That's true. So yeah, you're right. That's a fair point. When we get to Warzone, let's see how much of it they say we're getting on day one. And if it's a lot, then they just lied in the community update. But yeah, that's specifically for Warzone. So obviously this roadmap covers everything. Season 2 arrives next week, upending the new order of Avalon. Okay. I don't know the lore, so I can't parse this sentence. I thought Avalon was a map. Is it also like some group of people?
I don't know, man. I don't have a single clue. Yeah, Jake would know. He played the campaign. No
yeah,
idea.
Jake, give us the breakdown on this.
Get the lore guy in here, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Jake knows everything about the lore.
Nerd.
Engage with a massive amount of new content, including 5 multi-maps, more than 6 new weapons. By the way, when they say 6 new weapons, they mean 4 max, because 2 of them for sure are going to be melee weapons. Don't count those.
How do you say
zombies map?
Why does the weapon count say more than? Why does it not just say you're getting like 7 weapons? Why does it say more
That's
than
also
6
a good
new weapons? What can that
you're right.
possibly mean?
You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's a good question. So I guess we'll find out. A new zombies map, limited times Valentine's Day themed modes, and more. And then, yeah, Season 2 is coming Tuesday, January 28th. Okay. The hunter becomes the hunted. Season 2 overview, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. All right, so they're really pushing this guy, some ninja dude with purple eyeballs and a black, he's like an edgelord skin. Looks fine. And they write a lot of words that I won't be reading. Yeah. So penthouses, lucrative bounties, rogue teams. Cool. Okay. Here is, let's see if I can do this. I can't. The roadmap for Season 2. And I can't make it bigger than this. Let's go over this first. So BO6 maps. We're getting new maps. Some of them are new. Brand spanking new. Bounty, dealership. Lifeline looks like maybe hijacked. We'll see, I guess. Probably not, actually, because it's going to be 2v2 also. Bullet we're getting, which kind of looks like... What was the map called? And from what game? Transit, maybe? From Black Ops 2?
What?
Or Railway? What was that BO2 map called? You wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out.
Looks like a train. Maybe that's what you're thinking of. You ever been on a train before?
Yeah, actually.
Kind of cool, huh?
It's kind of cool. It's novel.
They're okay. Yeah.
They're fine. And then what I'm most excited about, we'll get more into the maps when we get to that section, but Grind 6v6, which is a huge, massive W. Great, fantastic map. This is one of my favorite maps, probably of all time, actually. Can't sleep on Grind. So that's cool.
The grind never stops. That's what you always say.
That is exactly what I always say, and I'm glad you brought that up. So now into modes. Overdrive gun game. Okay. We're also getting some ranked camos. So some cheater camos, couples dance off, third wheel gunfight. Okay.
Great
so some Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Perfect
mode.
For you guys. Wow.
Yeah. And then some gameplay updates. So we're getting a new red perk called Slipstream. We'll talk about that when we get there. The War Machine score streak, which I think is just going to be a grenade launcher, which is fine. Another perk in season called Hunter's Instinct. And then another wild card for multiplayer specifically called Fly Swatter. Maybe like an anti-UAV thing. So, interesting. And then we're getting the new zombies map. Nothing to really talk more about there. We've gone into great detail on that. And then the Warzone section got a very small section of this image. And you know what? Good. Because that's what they said they were going to do on the community update. They said, hey, you're not getting that much new shit because we have to fix the game first. So if the whole roadmap image, or half of it, was all Warzone, I'd be bugged. But what do we have here? Changes to weapons, movement, default perks, and more. Okay. So we are getting weapon balance. We'll get more into it as we go through this. Well, excuse me. I'm so sorry. They say we're getting weapon balance, so that's a start. Movement, default perks, and more. Okay. 2 new perks, one of which we're getting on launch, it looks like, reactive armor. And then the second one in season called low profile. We'll get into those. Spoiler alert, from what I've heard, they're dog shit. And then new ranked rewards for cheaters. That's not a lot, which is good. Actually good. As someone who is primarily, almost exclusively a Warzone player, this is what I want to see. Almost nothing added. Fix it first and then add new shit. So that's pretty, I'm pleased unless they just left a lot off the image. And then we're getting a bunch of weapons. So the PPSH, which is a PPSH hose gun. So you guys all know what that is. The Cypher 091, which is a bullpup. I'm a big bullpup guy. For those of you who don't know, by the way. Fuck, am I a big bullpup guy? Yeah. That is, of course, as a weapons expert, because I was, in fact, in the United States Marine Corps Infantry Division, of course.
Did you guys use Cypher 091s?
We did not use Cypher 091s, really. But we did use lots of bullpups. And that is, of course, where the action is in front of the magazine rather than behind it. Wow. And I know exactly what the technical definition of the action means when it comes to firearms. So if you need anything answered or, you know, clarified, I'm your guy on action. But anyway, it looks absurd. It looks weird, but
it looks like a
it's got a big old banana
TAR 21 or something. What used to be in COD?
Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of reminds me of the TAR, which I guess is the RAM actually, which I guess is just a bullpup gun. It looks like a bullpup. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep. So then, little MDR. Kind of whatever. Fang 82, which is going to be an LMG. It's not belt fed. It's got like a Stanag 30 rounder, it looks like. Little 5.56 LMG. And I know what Stanag stands for too. And I know that that's the correct pronunciation of that. So keep that in mind. And then the TR2, which is a marksman rifle that'll be in an event. And it looks like exactly like an FAL.
It's it's an FAL.
So that makes sense that it looks like one. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then some other things, the crossbow, which is going to be an attachment. So, you know what? Based. Don't make it a whole ass weapon. So, whatever. Anyway, a full auto mod attachment in season. They're finally getting it. They're finally getting it. Don't make full auto guns burst fire weapons and cost an attachment slot. I don't want that. But a full auto mod, that's correct. So a gun that's only burst fire or only semi-auto, spending an attachment slot to make it full auto makes sense. That's something I might consider spending an attachment point on. So very good. We're learning. Incredible. A binary trigger. So I'm assuming what this is going to be is like that one aftermarket part for one of the pistols in MW3. Where when you pull down on the trigger, a round comes out, and then when you release it, another one comes out. So you fire super quickly. Super quickly.
Yeah.
And then belt fed is another attachment that's coming in season, which I don't understand. But I guess we'll find out when we get into it. So cool.
So I'm still trying to understand the more than 7 weapons. What did they say? More than 6 weapons?
They said more than 6. They did say there is a little plus more that they snuck into the image at the bottom.
Oh,
right
wow.
There. Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
So anyway, cool. Okay. And then new operators, don't care. And then some new events. The Terminator is one of them. So I guess that's the next franchise that they're partnering with or whatever. I'm super over this trend, by the way.
Yeah. Especially with
care.
things like, when was the last time a Terminator movie came out?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Why are we even doing collabs
yeah.
with shit like this?
Great question. Fuck, it's a good question.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You'd think they would find some better, I don't know, something better to collab with. Let's get a Landman collab going, dude.
Yeah. A little oil, I don't know, pump. Melee weapon.
Just an oil pump, yeah. Got it.
I don't even know what that means.
Melee weapon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the image. Let's get into all the details. That's a tradition, by the way, that we're doing now. This used to make sense to do once upon a time, because I'm pretty sure we would get the image before this blog post, or no blog post at all. We'd get the image, and then we would get the patch notes on launch day. So it made sense to go over it. Now it makes no sense to go over the image, because then we just go over everything in detail, but it's a tradition, so we're doing it. So anyway, let's get into the meat and also the potatoes. So I do a little multiplayer content summary. Let's just dive in. So here's a look at one of the new maps, Bounty. It's a Core 6's map. It's pretty. Got some modern art.
Wow.
It looks pretty large based on the TAC map, by the way.
Play at sunrise to the top of the Avalon skyscraper. Wow. Surging into the penthouse suite of a local crime boss. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that is a very pretty map.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's like a new version of that Vanguard map where you're on top of a building.
Oh, that map. Oh, God, what was that called?
I don't know.
I remember that map. It does kind of look like that. Yeah, they had that bar, that nasty OP bar. Yeah. Kind of looks like you'll deploy at sunrise to the top of an Avalon skyscraper, surge into the penthouse suite of a local crime boss to me.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah.
Kind of what it looks like, but.
From the starting point of a pristine patio. Wow. Pat's patio. They
capitalized it.
They capitalized it for him.
And I understand why.
Gold-plated nightclub. Wow. This is a nice little place, man.
Yeah.
Wish I was a crime boss. Pays well, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, crime's cool. So anyway, whatever. Oh, look at that staircase. It's got like the water on part of it. That's crazy work.
Oh, that's cool.
That's crazy work.
Lot of fire there. What's going on with that fire? You have any clue?
You're right. There is a lot of fire there.
Fire everywhere.
Yeah. And all the muzzle flash. Lots of fire. Yeah. So, anyway. Next is dealership. That is funny, Pat. I also laughed. Nice bar. I'll be snaking that. Okay. Dealership's the next one. It's a brand new Core 6's map.
Palisar, that's what it looks like to me.
Dude, you know what it kind of reminds me of?
What?
A map that I don't remember the name of. I think it's an MW3 map. And it was one of the favorite ones. It was fairly large.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Do you actually?
No, not a no clue.
What map was it, man? It doesn't really matter, but it kind of reminds me of
Nothing compares to the luxury vehicles on display at the Palisar car dealership. You know, you ever get that feeling?
Speaking of vehicles on a multiplayer map, is this going to be another Santa Senia situation where there are so many cars that you just can't move your character until you've pre-blown them all up?
No.
You think they'll just be not blow upable?
Correct. That's what I think.
I hope so. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Anyway, Looks fine. Next one is called Lifeline. It's a brand new strike map, 2s or 6s, and it's small sized. This is just hijacked, right?
This would be small as hell for 6s. Yeah, wow. Expect high stakes on the high seas.
Is it not just high rise?
It's not, no.
No, it's not.
It's a boat. I mean, they're all gonna have.
Specifically, the bottom left layout. Picture looks extremely similar to high rise, or not high rise. Why do I keep saying that?
Yeah. The thing is,
why do
boats kind of just look like that? Yeah. So it looks like a boat.
Hijacked.
Yeah.
I guess boats do just look like that. Yeah. That bottom left is cool. Like, if you told me that was hijacked, I would believe you every time.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it is smaller than that, though. You're right. This person doesn't have as much bread as whoever owns the hijacked boat. Clearly.
Yeah.
Keep your head on embarrassing.
A risk getting thrown overboard.
I'll do that. Oh, yeah. Since you can swim, what happens? If you just jump off.
You're probably
interesting.
It's probably just out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably just out of bounds. So anyway, Bullet's another one. This is not a remake either, clearly. Yeah, it's like a nice little train. They don't give us a attack map for this one, which is weird.
They don't.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Dude, hold on. Is it literally just on? Is the only playable area like inside the train?
Kind of looks that way, huh?
It kind of does, huh?
Because when you look at the top right, none of that looks like a gameplay area. And if it is, it's ass, because it's just all flat.
I guess it's not, because on the bottom row, second from the right, that's like a platform, right? That's a train platform between two trains, I think. So, never mind.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, or is that no, that's the train, because the picture right underneath.
Yeah, I think that's just the train.
It's just the widest train ever made, I guess. It won't ever fit on a train track, by the way. It's way too fucking wide.
Yeah, well.
Holy shit, that's a wide train.
So whatever, we're getting another map. It's another strike map, which is kind of cool. So by the way, for those of you who are like 2v2 enjoyers, I think this is good. Because these two 2v2 maps, Lifeline and Bullet, they look a lot better than the current, like, face-off maps. And I think these will be in face-off. So that's cool. Or better than a lot of them anyway. And then Grind, of course, a remaster, core 6s, medium-sized. I mean, it looks perfect.
A lot of pretty. Every single one of these maps is pretty.
Yeah.
Vibrant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude,
layouts. They all
gives
look
me
good.
Some memories, by the way.
Is it?
I remember very specifically. In fact, I was often in the location of Screenshot 1 getting farmed by Nate Gibson.
Yeah.
Just farmed by him because I had both of the new DLC weapons. So he was like, oh, I want to try those. So he just targeted me and just ran me over with extreme ease repeatedly. Yeah, it was an honor.
You're better than him now since you're on the toy.
That's obviously true. I would roll his bitch ass up. Yeah, because I have aim assist, of course. So anyway, that looks fantastic. Big fan of that.
Great map. Yeah, I love
such a good map. Yeah. Really, really sensational map. And then we're getting some new modes. So Overdrive will be here.
Kick into
you
Overdrive.
Earn stars for eliminations. And then when you get more stars, you get stuff. So like 1 star, you can see enemies through walls. And you replenish your health after eliminating a target. Okay. So it's kind of like, not exactly, but it's sort of like that one mode. The like fast-paced one from MW19.
Oh, I love that mode. Yeah.
What was that called?
Fuck. That's a really good mode. It was an MW19.
Yeah.
It was also, I think, an MW2. It was also probably an MW3.
Cranked.
Cranked.
It was called Cranked.
I love cranking it. Yeah.
It just came to me. Oh, Jake said it.
Cranked and MW19 was so much fun. That's a great mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crank my hog. Yeah, it's a mode.
So it's kind of similar to that. You get like increased movement with 3 stars and then improved hip fire and improved sprint to fire and ADS times with 6 stars. So that's cool. Sounds kind of fun. Gun game will also be in at launch. You guys know what that is. And then some Valentine's Day LTMs.
I
We
need
got
a
screenshot of
That's
many
hilarious.
of our patrons here.
Yeah, I'm gonna post this right in Discord. I'm gonna screenshot that.
Okay.
Average.
So yeah, there's a gunfight, and then
Discord member.
there's another LTM.
That's you guys, fucking nerds.
We're seeing some skins, whatever.
If that's a bundle, by the way, I'm gonna have to buy that bundle. Unfortunately, it's not. Is that just part of the map? This I need a friend thing? I guess it is. I want that to be a bundle. Wouldn't that be cool, man?
Like
running around with a heart head. No, I just want that skin.
Is a skin. That's an operator skin, yeah. Oh.
Oh, it is. It's the next picture. Okay,
yeah,
I see. Yeah,
probably.
yeah. I was thinking. Okay, yeah, I will be buying. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well. And then yeah. So that's it. Whatever. Another LTM. Who cares? Okay, so now some actual interesting stuff. Enhance your tactical planning with 2 new perks, a wild card, and an even wilder score streak. All coming to Season 2 multi. So there's going to be an event reward. It's going to be in slot 3. It's going to be the color red, and it's called Slipstream. Raises your base sprint speed at the cost of removing tack sprint. So we have seen this before. Last year, there were boots in MW3 multiplayer, which is basically a perk, that did this. It said something like significantly faster movement speed, but you can't tack sprint anymore. And just like last year, rather, this is kind of cool, and I actually liked using that sometimes, but it's just way too late. Like, who's playing multiplayer? Core multiplayer these days? Like, not many people. I don't know. So, kind of neat.
We're playing Warzone, probably.
That's probably
I
true.
saw some nerds talking about the CDL should try this out, using this, because those are the type of kids that don't like tack sprint. I don't know what they did last year. I guess they didn't use that perk when it was in the game. I don't know.
I mean, it got added late, so yeah.
Did it?
I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, whatever. So that's kind of cool. And then another perk's coming mid-season. It's called Hunter's Instinct. It is also a red perk, and it's going to be in slot 2. By the way, this is kind of cool if you really like the red combat specialty, because the red perks right now are kind of ass. There's like 1 or 2 maybe like good ones, and then if you really like the specialty, you take the third one and you don't even want it, but you take it so that you can get the specialty because you like that so much. So having more red perks is actually quite good if you're an enforcer enjoyer. So let's see what this one does. It's a redacted. They've redacted the icon for the perk. This, of course, means they just haven't done the artwork for it yet, which is fine, but don't like redact it like it's top secret info.
Man.
Just don't put a picture there at all, but whatever.
Just have AI do it.
Eliminating an enemy, yeah, marks the next closest enemy. This sounds probably terrible in respawn multiplayer, but kind of insane for like search.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with this.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It kind of depends what you're playing too. Like, yeah, if you're playing Nuketown or something, you don't need it. I know where they're going to be. It's not important, but maybe some of the larger maps.
Yeah.
This would make more sense. Or where people are running Ninja a lot, yeah.
Yeah, true. So I wonder if either of these will be coming to ranked multiplayer. That would make this a lot more interesting to talk about.
Oh, yeah, I forget. Yeah, I forget that's the thing.
Exactly, yeah.
The marking the next closest enemy probably won't come to ranked.
Yeah. Probably not. But yeah, maybe the other one would. And there are no specialties in ranked either, so dismiss that consideration. But yeah. So pretty interesting. I like that idea though. This doesn't seem like busted OP, but it also seems good. This is like what you want a perk to be. Like, okay, this has some use, but it's not like busted OP. That's what you want, so that's cool. And then we're getting a new wild card called Fly Swatter mid-season. Allows a player to replace their dedicated melee weapon with a launcher. This is a fantastic wild card. This is the perfect use of what a wild card should be. This is like the exact idea. Like, what are wild cards? Things like this. Like, yep, okay, that makes sense. I like this a lot. Not overpowered, but quite good. Especially if you're annoyed at all the launchers in multiplayer. Well, on the other hand, you very rarely use your secondary in multi anyway, so actually it's kind of dog shit.
Yeah.
So never mind. I still like the idea though. I don't know.
It's a cute idea.
It's kind of cool.
It's fun. Yeah, I don't think many people will run it, but
yeah, I don't think
it's
so.
It's an
either.
idea. They had an idea.
Yeah, they did. Anyway, whatever. And then a new score streak war machine. It's going to cost 1,300, and you get a burst fire grenade launcher with grenades that explode on impact with a large magazine. Fun.
Were the old ones ever burst? I don't remember them being burst.
I don't believe I've ever in any FPS game seen a burst fire grenade launcher. Actually, no, I don't think I've ever seen that. Sounds absurd, but also costs 1,300, which is like 13 kills, which is a decent amount. So if you're getting farmed that hard, you probably deserve it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so cool. This thing's gonna be nuts, by the way, because like the other score streak was the that pistol that they added season 1. I used that. I like switched to it because I was still grinding Prestige Master at the time, and it is insane. The cost to value ratio is so much better than every other lethal kill streak, because you get 10 rounds and it's a one-hit kill anywhere at any range. So it's like you're easily getting 6 kills with that.
Yeah.
Maybe more. You could get like an infinite amount because it also has infinite pen, so you could collat easily. It's really good. So this is probably going to be in the same vein, I would imagine. So anyway, new quality of life upgrades. So that's cool. I like that. Let's see. You can manually track up to 10 calling card challenges and 10 camo challenges per mode to easily keep track of challenges you're progressing. Kind of went over this already. And by kind of, I mean, we did go over this already for zombies. They're just rehashing that here, and that's also going to be the case for multiplayer, which is very cool. And then you can have unique HUD presets per mode for multiplayer or zombies. And then general quality of life updates. They talked about this somewhere because I remember reading this.
I think this was the Treyarch blog post or tweets they put out. They did cover all this.
Yeah, reduced collision with teammates so you can like get past them more easily. A weapon balance pass and bullet pen updates, which is good. Yeah, we've gone over literally all of this. I don't remember where. So, okay, whatever. But cool, that's fine. And then multiplayer ranked play. Until they remove Ninja from multiplayer ranked, shit is ass, by the way. I don't know why you guys like that. Stop it. Stop
COD
it.
players, man.
So anyway, they go over season 2 ranked play. It'll be infested, but the rewards will be cool. And by the way, the rewards do look cool. I like them for season 2. What I'm seeing here. So.
Oh, the calling card is really cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That might be the best ranked calling card they've done.
By the way, look at the calling card order here. Gold, diamond, iridescent, platinum, crimson, top 250, top 250 champion. What are we doing? Put them in unorder of any kind, but not that one.
They don't know their own order.
Yeah.
AI did it. Fuck, it's AI, man. Blame it on them again.
Yeah, could be AI. It could be artificial intelligence.
Oh, that large decal too is cool. 100 wins season 2.
Yeah.
That's like the graffiti art that I do often. I'm a big graffiti artist.
Graffiti artist, a tagger, a vandal.
Graffiti artist. I'm not a tagger, man.
You're a vandal. So anyway, whatever. Yeah, it looks cool. And then some camos and stuff. Okay. And then they're pushing the CDL. Okay. All right. So zombies is next. So a lot of this we've kind of also already gone over. We're getting the Tomb at launch, which is a map.
The Tomb.
And it looks like
You don't
It's
want to cover
outside.
the CDL tournament here? You don't want to cover the CDL tournament announcement, man?
No.
Oh, it's in Spain? That's kind of crazy.
Fuck no.
In Madrid. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool, man.
España. Yeah.
Don't. You sound like Huskers.
I'm a, well, that's how
You
they talk
sounded exactly
in,
like Huskers. They
what
talk
part of
like
Spain is
Huskers in
that?
Spain?
Yeah, yes, actually. Castellon or
No.
some shit. There's like a large region of Spain where it's correct to have a lisp. Like, actually.
I don't believe you.
Catalan.
I need to fact check somebody.
Someone in chat can confirm that. It's well known, but I don't know. It's something with a CAT. It starts with a cat. Or a CAST. Something like that. But they talk with a lisp.
There's Catalonia.
I think that's
Is that
it. Yeah.
Let's look it up.
We'll say Barcelona. I swear to God, they all talk like that. It's like a thing.
That's just how some of them pronounce things.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
I get what
it's
you're
a
saying.
regional
They don't have
thing.
an actual lisp.
Yes. No. Well, it's not a. I mean, they
it's
talk
the
with a
way.
lisp.
It's just the way their Spanish sounds for certain words. We had a Spanish teacher growing up where she was from a region where they did that too, so she pronounced some words a weird way, and she even told us, she's like, "This is specific for where I grew up, but you'll usually hear this pronunciation." Idiot!
That's
God,
okay.
you're stupid as fuck.
Does it?
Just
whatever.
read the blog post, bro.
Just put the blog post in the mic. Okay, whatever. Anyway,
just upload the pod.
The tomb we're getting at launch. Yeah. So, by the way, this first screenshot, this is gonna be the first zombies map that's sunny. Because Terminus is not sunny. Liberty Falls is sunny. So
yeah, so it's the second one.
So
yeah.
I hope that helps.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
and then,
comms, man. Real good comms there.
And then
yeah.
the Des Morts, whatever, is not sunny. So this will be the second sunny zombies map, which is what I said, of course. But also, it's very wide open. It has a distinct vibe from the other three zombies maps. I will say that. Because, Liberty Falls is also sunny. But it's pretty... I don't want to say claustrophobic. I would say Castle is probably claustrophobic.
Definitely. Yeah, this looks better than Castile.
Yeah. But Liberty Falls is, pretty narrow and, very pathy. This looks very open. Probably not so open as Terminus, though, obviously, because it looks like a desert and not the ocean. So that's cool, too. So
yeah.
Anyway, they read a bunch of words about the lore. Here's another screenshot. This looks entirely different than the first screenshot.
They must be in one of those things where they go
like a little wormhole. Yeah.
The dark ether, as I like to call it.
Yep. Yeah. I'm a big dark ether guy, too. So that's cool. And let's do a little finger check on this zombie here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay.
You got all the fingers? Got the correct amount?
So far. Yeah. And that's what I said, Pat. Yep. Anyways. Yeah. So season 2, January 28th, 9 a.m. Echoes in the Dark. Your comms team handlers. Okay. I don't know what this is. They're writing a lot of words about the lore here, so I'm breezing through that.
Oh, is there a new crew? There is. There's a new crew for this map. That's what they're getting at. I know these people. Ravenov kind of looks like Jesus Christ, huh?
Oh, is it a new crew?
I think.
Yeah, I think you might be on. Well, no, they're not. No.
Okay.
Because Raptor 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the guy who flies the chopper.
And then it's Strauss, yeah.
Strauss is just the lore nerd, yeah. So it's the same. It's the bog standard crew, but I guess that's fine. So anyway, whatever. The Tomb initial recon tour. Bolster your knowledge of the Tomb before attempting to survive its many dangers with this abridged, and narrative-focused overview of its main locations. So, we're not going over a narrative-focused overview of the Tomb. Go watch Ink Slasher or something.
Yeah, we won't be doing that.
But we will talk about some of the screenshots. So one is the dig site. Looks like this is probably where you start, where you load in. I like the vibes of this a lot, actually, from a gameplay perspective. Yeah.
Once we get to these inside areas, it reminds me too much of Castle.
Yeah, so let's see here. Neolithic catacombs and ossuary. Wow. I don't know what an ossuary is.
Idiot.
Is it a fountain?
I think it's stacked with skulls of the long dead. The cavern gives way to the stone architecture of a later age.
Yeah, what is an ossuary? Someone in chat let me know. But anyway, yeah, this looks different.
It is a container or room in which the bones of dead people are placed. Interesting. I didn't know that had a name. Yeah, that's cool.
There's a name for storing human bones?
Yeah.
Is that like common? Like, oh, put them with the other bones. And there are so many
I'm looking
of these
at a
rooms.
cool picture on Wikipedia of one of those in Poland. The Skull Chapel in Poland. Damn, that looks dope. The wall and ceiling just totally covered in skulls and bones.
That's very
dope.
cool. Very cool. So that's what an ossuary is, and I knew what that was the whole time. I just wanted to educate you guys. That reminds me. Someone gave some advice on the internet. I've seen this a couple of times. They're like, all right, if you guys go to like a subreddit and you want an answer to a question, don't just ask the question like, hey, should the turkey be up or down when I like put it in the oven? Because no one will answer you. Instead, make a thread and title it like, having the turkey up is absolutely the best way to cook a turkey. And then everyone will be like agreeing or disagreeing with you. So if that's wrong, you'll have 100,000 comments in 5 minutes because Redditors love to be right. They don't like to be helpful, but they like to be right and tell you you're wrong. So if you ever need advice on Reddit, that's the strat. Hilarious when I had read that the first time. So there's a little pro tip for you. And I was doing something similar. So anyways, yeah, whatever. That looks cool. Next is tombs. This looks super dope. This looks like an Elden Ring catacomb, actually. It looks exactly like that. And there's the death perception perk machine on the right there.
Yeah.
So that's one of the two we're getting, I guess.
It looks creepy.
Looks creepy.
I'm liking it.
Yep.
Liking the vibe.
So next is the Shrine of the Hierophants. And I also know what that word means, just so you know.
I do.
I also know exactly what that word means.
I know
and it looks like
it means,
more screenshots
person,
of exactly what we just looked at.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's the same building. It's the same room, actually. It is a person, especially a priest in ancient Greece, who interprets sacred mysteries or esoteric principles. I know what that word means, too.
That's weird. Okay. Well, now we know.
Fuck the person smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
back.
Cool. Yeah, it's another room. And again, this looks exactly like the screenshots before, so that's fine. Subterranean temple and deep excavation.
Ooh.
Yeah, so a lot of this map is like underground, it seems like.
Yeah.
This also seems like a pretty big map.
It'll probably be one of those things where the area people play the most, I would think, would be outside, though.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not... It's... The screenshots are cool of the inside, but when you're actually playing, I don't know. I prefer to be in the outside areas, usually, rather than these little rooms. Yeah. It feels depressing down there, you know?
It gets...
Hanging out with skulls.
Yeah. It does get that way. 704 Esquire with the Prime. 7 months. Thank you, big dog. Much love. Yeah. Did you have fun, Esquire? I doubt it. But thank you for the Prime, buddy. Appreciate it. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, moving on. Whoa, doorway to nowhere in Dark Aether Nexus. So now it looks like an acid trip. There are a bunch of jellyfish-looking plants.
There was an artist that when you're growing up, everybody has to do paintings of, and it looks like one of those paintings, kind of the same colors.
Van Gogh? Starry Night?
There's one specific painting I'm thinking of. Let's see.
Is it Starry Night?
It sure is. Yep. Yeah. It's Starry Night. Yeah. That's it. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, funny
I
enough.
hate painters, by the way.
Yeah.
Why was this guy? Why was he well known and popular for drawing this? It's a fucking joke.
Man.
Art's a joke. It's a big fucking joke.
Who drew Starry Night?
It pisses me off.
Yeah.
God, I hate artists so much,
well,
man.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all redacted.
This does look cool. This also reminds me of Elden Ring, actually. The Estelle. Natural Born of the Void arena. Looks like that. Anyway, looks cool. And then they redact a bunch of stuff, yeah. These redacts look awful, by the way. Redact it better. I don't know. It's like 1D. Yeah, whatever.
AI redactions. They used to be
New
better.
enemy sighted! The shock mimic.
I don't like that idea at all. I hate being shock charged. If I'm getting shock charged in zombies,
dude, true.
I'm not playing this map.
So true. Yeah, that'll be buns. That's a good point. I did not think about that. But yeah, it's a mimic, but it's electrified. So I wouldn't even call this a new enemy, actually. I'd call it a bog standard mimic with some electricity around it. So, which is fine, but don't call it a new enemy. Anyway, other entities of the tomb. And then there's a screenshot of just the same enemies, actually. Bog standard zombies and a mimic with some electricity. So, okay. That's fine. New wonder weapon, the Staff of Ice. So this is evidently a returning wonder weapon. And that was hinted at in the 115-day blog post. Yes. So that's cool, I guess. I don't know how you would use this weapon, but whatever. So there you go. Oh, and it shows you the quest reward for the staff, too.
Wait, you can revive teammates with it. This wonder weapon
that's
is also
pretty dope.
Power to revive teammates. The shot, precision shot. Huh.
Yeah.
So it slows and freezes enemy, has a devastating area of attack, and it can revive. That's kind of crazy.
Seems bonkers, yeah.
Zombies players don't need that, though, because you guys don't have friends or anyone to play with, so you don't need to revive teammates because you're playing by yourself.
Correct. That was my first thought as well, yeah. But whatever. And then the next section, the tomb additional content. So main quest and quest rewards. I like this, by the way, about zombies. Not that I've done them for a while. I did the first two main quests. I didn't do the castle one, or haven't done it. Probably won't. But I do like that the directed mode thing, and where it's like if you do the quest before that, you get an exclusive calling card, and you get like a weapon camo either way. I think that's really cool. I'm glad they're doing that. And the quests are detailed. They're hard. I don't know about hard, but there are a lot of steps. They're very involved, which is cool. I'm very happy for the zombies player base. I'm also deeply envious of them. Deeply envious of them.
Yeah.
But,
just be one.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Let's see how season 2 goes, and then we'll revisit that for sure. So anyway, whatever. There's going to be a main quest. There are arrow traps and more. And yeah, so we're also getting death perception. So it gives players the ability to detect enemies through obstacles and walls via outlines of their bodies. Plus new abilities for its BO6 debut. And keep in mind, it also is going to have like the 6 augments or whatever that you can research.
It shows them here even.
And then equip. And it shows them. Yeah. So. Yeah. So that's cool. Not going to go into
all
these.
The maps.
But cool. Yeah. It'll be on all the maps. Yeah. So that's cool. There are going to be new gobble gums. Cool. And then additional support weapon called the War Machine, which we went over. It's going to cost 2,500 salvage, and you can launch grenades in a burst fire configuration.
That might go crazy in zombs.
That could go bonkers for like manglers and shit. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's good. And then, yeah. some more quality of life updates as well. Co-op pause, which we've gone over. And then the AFK kick loadout recovery. Okay, so now, the moment many of you may or may not have been waiting for. Call of Duty Warzone Season 2 content. Now keep in mind, for those of you who play a little of everything or haven't played in a while of anything or whatever, by far, and it's not close, the aspect of Call of Duty right now that desperately needs the most attention is Warzone. So there's a very narrow band of things I am hoping to see in this roadmap. Let's see if we get them. And also remember, they said they're going to push back a lot of new content while they fix shit. So let's see what we get. Warzone Season 2. Okay. So Warzone content summary. Season 2 is going to be a focus on gameplay tuning, quality of life improvements, and addressing ongoing bugs. Again, great start. Fantastic. The best start. That is the best possible way this section could have started, and I'm not joking. However, these are just words, so we'll see. But great start. There's going to be a new perk. We'll get into that. And then Season 2 ranks play. Okay. We'll take those things as they come. So introducing the updates. Okay. As announced in the recent community updates blog, we made the decision to prioritize focus on gameplay tuning and all that shit. This means that in order to deliver more meaningful improvements, new content originally planned for Season 2 has been shifted to create bandwidth to address foundational issues. Good. They're sticking to it. They're saying they're sticking to it. Very good. The upside of this is that we get more quality of life improvements, bug fixes, and weapon balance, and perk rebalance, and foundational things sooner than we otherwise would. The downside, though, there is a world where they say, we were going to give you guys 12 new pieces of content, Season 2. Instead, we're only going to give you 3 because we're going to fix bugs. But then they attempt to fix bugs and fail to do so. And then this is the worst case scenario, because then we only get 3 new pieces of content and no fixed bugs. And we could have at least gotten 12 new pieces of content and also no fixed bugs. That sounds insane, and I don't think that's likely, but I do think it's possible because they have tried to fix a lot of bugs and just failed.
Yeah.
So there is a world where, even though this is what I want them to do, this ends up being the worst case scenario, because then we don't get bug fixes or new content. I don't think that's likely, but it's possible. And I just want to put that in your mind if you're very excited for Season 2 as a Warzone player. Just want to put it out there. So we'll see. Rest assured, a full selection of content is still accessible with access to our maps and modes. And they tell you what the maps and modes
like, hey,
are.
you
Thanks,
can still
guys.
play our maps. We're not taking them away.
Cool. Great.
Yet.
You can still play Area 99 with 3 other people. So that's cool. Whatever, I guess. Okay, additional equipment. So here we go. At launch, we're going to get a new perk in perk slot 2 called Reactive Armor. This is how it is intended to function. Will it work on day 1? We'll certainly see. Your armor will regenerate up to 50% if you have not taken damage in the last 5 seconds. Okay. Whether or not this functions doesn't actually matter at all, and I hope that helps. Dog
Horrific
shit,
perk.
terrible perk. Horrendous, horrific perk. Obviously. If I haven't taken damage in the last 5 seconds, you know what I'd like more than half of my plates?
Yeah.
All of them?
This would be good for lag since he never plates up.
This would be good for lag show only, yes, who will have all of the plates and refuse to insert them. But hey, if I haven't taken damage in the last 5 seconds, that would have been time for me to insert 9 plates.
Yeah.
So why the fuck do I want a perk to get half of those?
This worried me when I first heard about it because I was like, oh my god, is this going to be some cheese where like your plates take more of the damage basically, so players' shots don't do as much towards you in certain situations, or like you're automatically partially plating mid gunfight? And I was real worried because I was like, this is going to just completely break and ruin the game. Thankfully, it's the opposite. It's horrific, and you should never run it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's also just in a category with like quick fix, tracker. I'd run sprinter over this. I'd run literally every red perk over this. Yeah.
I would run. This
quick
is
fix, tracker,
genuinely
sprinter,
useless.
cold-blooded, bomb squad, quartermaster. I would run every single one of those before I ever ran this.
Literally. I almost wonder if I'm missing something, because the only possible utility this perk would ever have is in a scenario where you have no plates and then you get ripped and then you are behind a rock and you're just sitting there.
Maybe it does work that way. Maybe you don't have to actually have plates. I wonder. That would be the only thing I could see.
I think that is how it works, but that's still so fucking bad. Like,
it's good
so
in
bad.
certain situations, though, like early game, late game, when you don't have plates, where you can stay somewhere to get.
But by the time you get loadout, you're going to have plates.
Yeah.
Late game, sure. But like, not even every late game. Like, this will be relevant like 1 out of 4 late games. How many late games do you make it to, first of all? Especially right now with how many cheaters there are. And how many late games do you just have no plates in? And if you do get value out of this, you're in a scenario where you're probably fucking dead anyway. Because if I'm like out of plates and I care about being able to regenerate 50% since I'm out of plates, sounds like I'm fucked and I'm dead anyway. So I should have had another perk. This sounds genuinely horrendous. Like maybe the worst perk that's ever been in Warzone. And I'm not joking. I can't believe we're getting less content because they're focusing on fixing bugs, and the content they've chosen to give us starts with this dog shit. Now, again, or not again, but at least it's not busted overpowered. I prefer a dog shit perk to that, but this is just the latest example of the classic Warzone update where they give you something that is either going to be, this isn't exactly true because they could have added a new perk that's balanced, but they very often will add things where it's like, this is either good enough to run, in which case it's busted OP, in which case I don't want it, or it's not good enough to run, in which case no one runs it, in which case why did you waste your time designing it? Very similar to that. This is just a complete waste of dev time. Why did we add this? Unless there's something I'm missing. Like, I don't know. Maybe they just really wanted to make Specialist better. So, like, okay, I guess. When I have Specialist and I'm totally out of plates, this will be cool. In a very niche scenario, I don't get it. I don't know. Once again, Activision devs absolutely do not play their own game. So just keep that in mind. So, and please, someone tell me what I'm missing. Like, what other utility is this? Am I misunderstanding something? Is there something I'm not seeing? Let me know. So anyway, whatever. Another perk we're getting mid-season in slot 1. This is a less competitive slot than slot 2, but still a good one. I mean, survivors here. It's called low profile. You are able to move more quickly while crouched and prone, and also you move slightly faster when downed. Okay. Whoever designed this perk is 100% the same guy who said, hey, we should let people put down 3 blast traps instead of 2 at the same time. The same guy, I would bet money on it, designed this perk, because this is a terrible dog shit perk that is not even good for rats, but if it's good for anyone, it's only good for rats, obviously.
Yeah. Who's that streamer you watch? It's BB or something. What is his name?
Oh,
BB
Camping with
Gaming?
BB, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He might like this one because they're always crouching in corners or laying prone, move a little bit faster, stuff like that.
True.
When they get ran through and all of them are down, it'd be nice they can move a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horrific. Two
Complete
really bad
ass.
perks.
Two really bad perks that were just a waste of dev time.
Yeah.
So, okay. So this is the truncated season 2 content we will be getting because they have to fix their game.
Yeah.
We are so far have none of it being relevant or interesting. So we're basically getting no new content at all so far.
Here's the meta though, guys. You load into a match when you're in the pregame lobby. You have low profile and you have reactive armor selected. You die in the pregame lobby. It'll bug out like Ghost was doing and you'll have them the rest of the match. So you'll get the perks anyways and you won't have to run them. So just do that because surely it'll be bugged.
True.
Give it a shot.
That's a great point. Yeah. So anyway, I'm a little annoyed, but ultimately if they can do everything they said in the community updates, I'll be fine with this. I would have loved to have seen 2 new perks that are relevant, but whatever. So anyway, gameplay, QOL, bug fixes, and more. Okay, so a lot of this they had already gone over in the community update, so I'm not going to like reread any of that. They give kind of a summary of what they're going to talk about here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Warzone ranked play. So they show off the ranked play rewards for Warzone. They look cool. They look really cool, actually.
I hate the calling card, I'll be honest.
I love the calling card. I think that looks dope.
I think that's possibly the worst one they've ever done. The multiplayer one was very cool. I don't like this one at all.
I like them both. They're very different style, though. This looks almost like Warhammer 40K style.
I don't like the emblem style either, personally.
The emblems I don't love. The calling cards I like, though. And the camos are pretty cool, too.
Tonto going to be meta? Because it's a Tonto camo.
Blueprint, yeah. True.
That could be a fun meta. I would be totally fine with that. It won't be. It'll be the worst SMG.
I was going to say, well, yeah, for K-BAM, you would not want a Tonto meta at all. But anyway.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Gun's a gun. It's a fun one to use.
Okay. General content summary.
No matter what gun. I die with the Jackal, so it doesn't matter.
Cooked with anything. Yeah,
it's a fun gun to use, though.
It is a fun gun to use. I like it a lot. Okay. So they give another general content summary. So we're getting the PPSH at launch. Oh, was that it for the Warzone section? That was. So that was it for the Warzone section. So, you know what? I'm happy with this, dude. Honestly.
Yeah, we're not getting anything. We're getting perks that don't matter.
We're getting perks that don't matter. And then they said weapon balance somewhere in this, specifically for Warzone. If that's all we get and they actually fix the game, I will take it. It's going to be a boring ass season, to be clear. Unless they do a meta change on the launch of season 2 and then a separate one in the middle of season 2, which is possible because we're going to have DLC weapons at launch of season 2, and then we're going to have more added mid-season. Those aren't Warzone exclusive, but they will carry over to Warzone. So if that means there are going to be 2 like separate metas, or even up to 4 long range and close up metas, and they fixed the fucking game, that would be enough actually to keep me largely happy and engaged.
Yeah.
If I had a genie inside of a bottle, I would also say fix the cheaters and then ranked play in addition, plus all the gas grenade nerfs we're getting and stuff. That would definitely take it over the top and make it very fun for the whole season for like me and the people I know. That's never happening though. Ranked play will be full of cheaters and chalk and dog shit. So that's off the table, but Publics could be playable and fun for a whole season if we get some new metas, provided that they fix the game like they say they're going to. which they may or may not do. So we'll see. But yeah, now, so that's crazy, actually, how little new content that is. But I will give credit where credit is due. This is the right play.
Yes.
Don't add a bunch of new shit. Fix the fucking game first. This is what people should want. This is what you guys should be happy about this if you're a Warzone player. Because they only have so much bandwidth to do things. So they could either be making new dog shit perks that you won't use. So they've already wasted time on that. What other new content would they have added that also would have been a waste of time? Probably a lot of it. So who cares? I'd rather them spend that time fixing the game, doing something productive. So surprising, but I'll take it. I'm pleased with that. So yeah, now we're back to the general content. So obviously the new weapons we're about to talk about will come to Warzone, but they'll also come to multiplayer and zombies. So we're going to get the PPSH. I'm super done with this gun. I hate it.
Are you?
I hate how it looks, but it actually was quite fun in Caldera, actually.
It was really fun in Caldera.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, we're getting it at launch. It's an SMG. It's in the Battle Pass. It has 35 weapon levels, which is a lot for this game, actually. Because a lot of guns have like 22. So that's kind of crazy. I wonder why. 32 round mag by default. And it's a PPSH. It's a bullet hose. Full auto SMG, fast fire rate, impressive damage, and high recoil.
Wait,
and moderate
30,
handling.
35's not a... Don't a bunch of guns in this game have like 50? Isn't that low for this game? You're thinking of last year, aren't you?
I don't think so.
This game, there are a ton of weapon levels, you know, because everyone always talks about how they have the mastery camo before they level out a weapon.
I think you're right. Weapon. Yeah, I think you're right.
So that's actually kind of low.
That is kind of low, I think, yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, so whatever. That makes sense then. So yeah, that looks, I don't know, fine. Let's see. The Cypher 091, this is going to be an AR at launch also. It is a tier, it's in the Battle Pass. So this has 42 levels, 30 round mag by default. And here's what they say about it. Full auto AR, slower rate of fire, balanced by great handling and excellent mobility.
That sounds promising. This sounds like a gun I would like to use in Warzone.
Yeah? By that
excellent
description...
range handling and mobility. The weapon performs well in a variety of engagements. Clear
they also say
irons,
it has controllable recoil.
Yeah.
And they say it has good irons. Huh. I would take this.
Yeah, let's get this meta in Warzone. I would like that.
Yeah, I would like literally anything else. Yeah. But this in particular sounds pretty promising. So that's cool. Okay. Yeah. Goofy looking gun, but...
Goofy gun, yeah.
Yeah. And then we're getting the Thang 82 also at launch. This is an LMG. Again, it's not like a box mag or a belt fed LMG. Probably has that attachment at some point, but it looks like a...
It's an aim.
Honestly, it looks like a... like an SA-58 or something. Kinda. I don't know. It doesn't, yeah. Anyway, it has 48 levels. It's got a default mag size of 30 rounds. Full auto LMG. Very slow rate of fire with great damage and handling. Huh. Okay. Interesting. We'll see. Yeah, this could be nuts. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. But I would be even less surprised if it was not nuts. And then a marksman rifle, the TR2 at launch. This is the FAL. 39 levels, 20 round mag. Semi-auto. Great rate of firing, respectable handling. This will be insane in multiplayer probably and terrible in Warzone. It's usually how these semi-auto guns are. So there you go. And then additional ordnance is coming mid-season. I believe they spelled ordnance wrong, by the way, which amuses me, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, they're just forgetting a letter. ORDINANCE. So, cool. Anyway, whatever. Season 2 offers an incredible choice of armaments, blah, 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 For those operators favoring close combat takedowns, expect to fill your melee loadout slot with multiple additional hand-to-head weapons coming at mid-season, plus a rip-roaring projectile armament coming later on. What could that mean? Ballistic knife? Or are they just talking about the crossbow that was in the image?
I don't know. They're probably going to talk about it right here, maybe.
Oh. Well,
yeah,
no,
I think it is.
Because these are new special weapon attachments. So maybe they mean that. Who knows? But let's see.
Oh, yeah.
So there's going to be a crossbow attachment. Do they not talk about that? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay. So crossbow attachment you can put on guns. Okay. I mean, don't finish. Or don't use it, rather. They say the 3 explosive tipped bolts detonate shortly after impact for an explosive finish.
Okay.
Almost certainly not worth a slot, but whatever. Full auto mod. Here we go. Okay. This is going to be for the AEK 973 burst fire rifle. This thing was busted OP in multiplayer at launch. And now there's a full auto mod for it. It's a fire mod
I like that.
attachment. Convert the AEK into a fully automatic weapon. The change gives the marksman rifle a steady upward kick. Press slightly downward through sustained fire to stay on target. Okay. So the question, of course, is what will the actual pros and cons of this be? Because right now, I had gotten pretty excited about the rapid fire mod attachment that you can get on the vast majority of guns in this game. But no one uses it because it literally reduces your damage and damage range, which entirely defeats the point of getting rapid fire. So honestly, I expect this to be about the same. Like, oh cool, you can use it full auto now, but the time to kill is going to be dramatically reduced. It's possible that's not the case and the math will be different Warzone compared to multiplayer, but I don't know. I don't think this is going to be very good. I think you're probably just going to want to run a full auto gun. It's a step in the right direction in terms of attachments like this, but yeah, it's like I could just run an XM4 and not have to use an attachment to make it full auto, you know?
Yeah.
So it would have to have a big upside, and I doubt it will, because then it would just be kind of busted OP. So whatever. Binary trigger is at the launch window for the Tonto, actually. Alter the weapon's typical full auto firing mode to a specialized semi-auto function that fires a bullet when the trigger is pulled and when it's released for rapid fire capabilities. You know what? This is one of the few full auto guns where this makes sense, because this will probably actually make your potential fire rate much higher than the Tonto's without this in full auto, because it's so slow. So if they don't also lower the damage and damage range, this thing could go bonkers, and it would introduce a skill gap, because it would be harder to use this than just a full auto gun, but you would also be trading off that difficulty for a faster time to kill. I like this idea a lot if they can implement it well.
Yeah. The issue is it blocks the barrel and the underbarrel. So you're losing 2 pretty good attachments to run this.
You are, but for an SMG, I think you can sacrifice both of those, honestly. Like, I know some people that don't run barrels on their SMG. I like to run a barrel on mine, but you don't really need to like you do for like your AR.
Yeah, I guess you kind of just do because you have the attachment, but yeah, you don't really need to.
And then for underbarrel, I run the Ranger foregrip on my Jackal, and I don't run one because you can't on the Piss Boy, the PP. So that is a pretty big trade-off as well, and it makes it harder to use, but I could see that being worth it. Time to kill for this could go nuts. And that would be a fun SMG meta. Having to use like a quasi semi-auto SMG. That would be really fun. I would welcome that. So hopefully this is actually good. Not too insane, but good. So cool. I'm excited for that, actually. This is a good idea. This is a really good idea. And then a belt fed attachment is coming mid-season. And they say 3 attachments, LMGs, magazine attachment, event reward.
What?
So some kind of error there. Looks like this is going to be able to go on 3 weapons. I don't know what weapons they are, though, because they didn't say. In the same spot where they're telling you what guns each of these attachments goes on, for this attachment, instead of the gun, it says 3 attachments. So I don't think this is 3 attachments. I think they meant like 3 guns. Maybe 3 armaments is what they meant to type there. I do wonder what armaments they mean. Adds an extreme amount of ammo. The weapon may overheat, so allow it to cool off now and then before resuming your barrage of damage. I find it unlikely this is going to be relevant, but interesting, maybe. So we'll see. So moving on from that, Season 2 events, The Terminator and Shadow Hunt. So for our boomer audience, you might get excited about this. I'm Sarah Connor. They write a lot of words that are big and intimidating. Not reading any of this. I don't care. There's going to be a St. Patrick's Day event. Cool. Season 2 Battle Pass and Black Cell. So we have another Jet Black skin. Actually, 3 more Jet Black skins. So that's good. Game's not pay to win at all, though. Some other Black Cell stuff. Whatever. Don't care. New operators. Fuck, I don't care. And the Terminator is coming. Is it a bundle? That is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It doesn't look too much like him.
It really doesn't. Sometimes they get these really good, and sometimes they miss the mark a lot.
Okay, the second picture, the actual bundle picture, it looks a little bit more like him. More than the first image.
It looks, yeah, it does.
Closer, but yeah. Okay.
Closer, yeah. He's definitely between shows here because he is not as big as he was on stage in these, which is fine. But yeah,
he's got long sleeves on in every image. Shows muscles, I guess, huh?
Yeah. So whatever, that's cool. And then the LA Fire Relief Tracer Pack Ultra skin. Kind of a cool looking skin. Looks like iridescent-y. And they say they're going to donate all the proceeds to LA wildfires. So, okay. Some people were really jerking them off on Twitter for doing this, by the way.
Yeah, they were getting jerked off hard. Yeah. It was like too much. It was like, okay, this is cool. But people were like, oh my gosh, I know they've done a lot of bad lately, but this is honestly so nice to see them doing like blah, blah, hats off. It's like, just shut up. Just shut up, man. It's a good thing, but yeah, you don't have to fucking jerk their cock
exactly.
About it.
Like, I'm glad they're doing it. This is cool, but settle down. Like a lot. Big settle down.
And it is, of course, a big fat tax write-off.
It's a big fat tax write-off. That's why companies
do this.
And they already have people on staff to make art, so it's not like it was that costly to make the bundle. Paying the salaries anyway, you're doing the training anyway, you're losing a couple man hours, not a big deal. $1 million donation, cool. All of that is a tax write-off, which doesn't mean they're not spending any money, but it's offset a lot. And the fires that they're donating to happen to be right next door to all of their offices. So
yeah,
it's like, yeah, I mean, I would expect any video game company in the same spot with the same amount of resources to do exactly the same thing, if not more. It's good that they're doing it, but settle down. It's not that cool. It's not that great. They're certainly not going above and beyond here, is my point. This is fine. It's good. It's good that they're doing it, but don't jerk them off. Yeah. Yeah, because like imagine if there were fires in, I don't know. You'd have to find like a metropolitan area for it to make sense. whatever. Chicago. You think they'd be doing this? You think they'd donate $1 million and then make a bundle and donate all the proceeds to fighting it?
Yeah, it's just because it's local.
I don't think so, actually, no. Maybe they would, but I doubt it. Lots. When Hurricane Katrina happened, was there a Hurricane Katrina bundle? Someone could look into that, but I don't know, because that wasn't in LA. It was in Nolens, as I call it, which is, of course, in Louisiana. And I know things. So anyway, whatever. There are more bundles. Don't care.
The truth lies.
And the truth lies.
Does it lie?
You know who else lies? Activision devs, specifically Raven a lot. So, okay, that was the roadmap. So, my thoughts are as follows. Pretty lacking in content a lot. That's a good thing, given the situation we're in, because they do need time to just fix the fucking game. So I'm glad they're delaying releasing new content. On the other hand, we shouldn't be in a situation where I have to deal with a new season that has almost no new shit in it. And this happens every year, by the way. Every year this happens, where season 2's around the corner and they're behind. To what degree they're behind changes year to year, but they're always behind because they have a lot of catching up to do to fix the mistake of dev teams past, or to fix the mistakes of the integration itself, or both. Happens every year. And then we get a new season and it will either be lacking in content, like this happened especially with MW 2 and Warzone 2, where we had multiple seasons where every update was just rolling shit back that shouldn't have been implemented in the first place. It's probably the worst example of this, but it's happening here too, where it's like, okay, we did the integration again, we fucked everything again, so now we can either get a new season that has almost no new content in it because they have to focus on fixing shit that shouldn't have been broken in the first place, or we get a new season and it's jam-packed with content, but now the game is a fucking nightmare, disaster of bugs because they didn't fix enough of the old bugs and then they introduced a billion new ones. So they really had to do this. This was the better option, but it's making the best out of a bad situation. You know what season 2 should be? A ton of new content, and the game is mostly working by now. That's where we should have been. And we would have had time. Despite all of the fucking bugs in Warzone that we've had this year, we did have enough time to get a grip on them by now so that season 2 could be rich in content. There was enough time. Despite how many insane bugs there also absolutely was enough time to fix the fucking game. There really was. Even though the number of bugs was a lot, there was time. We had it. Now we don't. We don't have it anymore because they just didn't do anything for weeks and weeks and weeks. Literally 6 to 8 weeks of doing almost nothing in terms of bug fixing. Why not? I have no idea, but now we're here. But even though the integration was a fucking disaster, it was still salvageable and we still could have been fine by now, but we're not, for reasons that no one will ever know except the people that work at Activision. So given the state we find ourselves in, no use crying over spilt milk, although I will do it again in the future, and I've just done it now. This is the best case scenario. Almost no new shit. The new shit we're getting, if it's broken, which it will be, it won't matter because the perks are fucking ass anyway. Fix the fucking game. So then the only question, of course, will they get a fucking grip? Will they get a handle on the bugs? Will they actually do the perk rebalancing? Will it be successful? Will my 5 attachment blueprint Jackal still cost $6K by the time season 3 rolls around? No one's talking about it anymore. I doubt it, but we'll see. So those are my thoughts. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, they have For the first time ever since Warzone came out, they have a chance to bring a large amount of players back midway through the game's life cycle, which is Verdansk. So, like, obviously they know, yeah, the game needs to be in a much better state than it is right now. So, no Doom content is fine. Because it feels like, you know, we've had the new guns and everything, the new perks, and it feels like all of the new stuff we haven't been able to even use. Because there have been 2 meta guns now for 3 months. Most of the perks have been broken. So it's like, once they just fix everything, it's almost just going to feel like we're actually playing a new game at that point compared to what it's been. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I hope for. I didn't need to see any new content. I didn't want to see any new content. As long as the game's playable, and then hopefully come season 3, that's when we're getting Verdansk, we should see new content, the new map, of course.
Yeah.
Other changes, who knows?
Exactly.
And then getting all the new weapons this season. A bunch of them sound like they could be, well, I guess not a bunch of them, but the AR and PPSH seem like they could be, you know, meta contenders, possibly. The Tonto, too. You know, if they just change a bunch of the things, too, like not being able to just kill people full on through walls will be nice, too. It'll make the game feel much better. I mean, how many kills do you get through walls in your average BR game? Like, it was literally multiple per game. It's not like you'd get one a day playing. It's you would get like 3 a match, just full on through a wall, just keep shooting the person. So
it's like 10 to 20% of my kills. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, just fixing
insane.
a bunch of things like that will make the game feel so much better. So that's all we really need for now.
I agree. And you bring up a good point. I kind of did forget about Verdansk, but in a universe where they don't plan on bringing back Verdansk, do you think they do this? Because I don't.
I think they still
just
do
say,
it,
fuck
honestly,
it, full send, add a bunch of content, and then try and fix some bugs along the way and trip over themselves again. That I think the only reason we're getting this is because of Verdansk, actually. Which is good, but...
I think they still do it, but we probably still get a little bit more content than we're getting now, yeah. Because like you and I were talking about it before the pod, them making all of these changes... That's not what's going to bring players back. It's going to be Verdansk that brings players back.
100%.
So season 2 is going to feel like another slow season in Warzone, but it'll feel playable.
Yeah.
Even for me, I haven't been playing the game because it's been so bad. Season 2 is like, oh, okay, this will be nice. But still, the next exciting thing for me really is Verdansk. So if the game is actually fixed this season, it won't be on launch, but as they fix things throughout the season, mid-season update, if we go into Verdansk having everything finally working properly, players come back because the marketing for Verdansk is going to be done very well, I assume. Bunch of people are going to come back and they're going to think, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm not crashing anymore. I can revive my friends. I'm not getting shot through concrete buildings. Like, this is a lot more fun than I remember when I played 5 months ago. So
yeah,
season 2 is not going to do a whole lot to bring players back. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. It's going to please the players who are playing the game, of course, but it's just setting up for a big push to get players back during Verdansk, I think.
It will bring back, if they do a good job, it will bring back a good amount of players. Like, fairly hardcore players who follow it pretty closely, but are just frustrated right now. But they're like plugged in. They'll be watching streams when season 2 launches. And if they see a lot of fixes, they will come back. But you're right. It's not going to bring back like casual or even like regular players from months past. That's going to be Verdansk. That's where the big uptick in players is going to be. And they know that they have to fix the game before then. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
So many casuals are going to come back when they hear Verdansk. People that genuinely have not played the game since probably early on in Caldera would be like, oh my God, like I didn't know Verdansk was coming back. I didn't hear about that.
The marketing is going to be crazy. You're going to see so many ads before season 3 comes out.
I would think it's going to go crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably start a lot of that come like season 2 reloaded. I think they got to start pushing that.
Yeah. They're going to send out emails. They're going to do they're going to
They're going to do some like
and
real
also
life
caboodle.
Some of those crazy things they did marketing wise in like MW 2 and 3 where like they flew people out to like the LA harbor and they put them in a helicopter and did this and that. There's going to be some crazy marketing.
Yeah. Which is what they should do. So
yeah.
So yeah, and then also, by the way, Zombies looks awesome. So good for zombies players. That looks great. So
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, the game hasn't been updated, which is kind of a shame, but I mean, at this point, I can wait. I can wait another 5 days, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just what I told you was going to happen happened. The list of Warzone bugs at 56, by the way. I've updated this for you because you were saying somewhere there wasn't a list.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So anyway. All right, so before we go, a couple announcements. We got a new annual gold patron. School's Out 1 is upgraded. The annual gold. Welcome. School's Out. School's in session, by the way. But appreciate that, King. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Speaking of the Patreon, couple things. Damascus Hangout tomorrow evening. I'm going to be honest with our Damascus patrons. I will fucking not be launching Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm
what
not
we're
doing it.
I also
not
won't be
doing
there
custom.
till like 6:30. So it's 6 o'clock, but I won't be there till like 6:30 or so. So you guys will figure it out.
Okay, yeah. So it's at 6:30. Because I will also not be there. You guys can be there as early as you want, but that's what's happening. And yeah, we will not be playing Call of Duty. We can talk about it. We can
DMZ.
We can watch videos about it. But
Well,
I'm
no, I
not.
won't be watching
You guys
videos
can
of
play
Call
it
of
even
Duty.
if you want, right? We could watch streams, but I will not be launching this fucking game until at least season 2.
We could Blast Gang.
We could Blast Gang. I could screen share Blast Gang.
Yeah.
And mute my mic, and you guys can watch me. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So for our Damascus patrons, you guys can
voice chat entirely.
swing by. Thank you again, School's Out. And then also for the Patreon, we will be recording an episode tomorrow for all of our patrons. It's going to be about something. I can tell you that.
It's going to have to be in a... Did we have more micro topics? We had a lot more, right?
It's possible.
I think we just blast through that. We might have a Saturday episode if Jakin finishes what he's been working on.
Yes, of course.
So we'll see.
Okay, so we'll figure it out. But yeah.
If not, then we'll do something.
Yeah. So yeah. All right,
Schedule will be weird next week too, guys.
Oh, will it?
Well, yeah, you're going. Isn't that next weekend?
Is it next weekend?
It is. It's in... You leave like 8 days from today.
Oh yeah, schedule will be weird next week, but we'll talk more about that either on Saturday or we'll post the schedule. So yeah. All right, we'll see you guys on Saturday, this Saturday at the time. Activision devs do not play their own game.